Hey man, you have my respect. You decided to click on this unedited, value-packed video instead of pointless clickbait content on YouTube. And you're ready to be disciplined and learn the art and mastery of forex trading. So I'm really grateful you're giving me the opportunity to teach this wonderful skill to you. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, I went from losing and struggling for 3 straight years to making an easy 7 to 10K a month, and sometimes more, through the mastery of forex trading. And honestly, this has just changed my life. Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm on a mission to help 100,000 forex traders achieve financial freedom through my own profitable trading strategies, which is a culmination of my years of experience and knowledge. And the promise of this guide, if you watch it all the way through, is that I'll teach you my simple, step-by-step process to being profitable in forex trading. So, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alrighty guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Trade of the Day. And I kind of find this a little bit funny, honestly. So yesterday, I remember if you guys watched yesterday's episode, we were talking about this here being the trade of the day, 1 to 2.5, right? We took out past the last week's low, right? So I remember I gave you guys the scenario, 2 things that could happen. We were going to either start to trade away at least to Wednesday's high, or we were going to come out, maybe take this low out, but clearly, so the 2 options, just to make it clear, where we were going to come back down, trade up, or we were just going to start trading up. But Asia could also just range. Oh, that's not a very good range. You know, we could get a little range. Frankfurt comes in, takes it out. We get our realignment of price and take longs from here. And then maybe at New York, we might have some continuation plays that, you know, we have a fake break of structure to the short side, right? And then we can continue taking it long. And these are the only 2 things that could have happened. And clearly, we just started trading up from this. This is not a trade I would take. I don't like taking trades at the bottom of Asia. I like to see at least Asia lows get taken. But anyways, this right here was London session. So obviously London session built up some sort of liquidity in terms of a trend line, you know, so people who trade trend lines were getting in, you know, after the 3rd touch right in here. So of course it depends how you look at the market, obviously, but this is volume, right? So the one thing an institution will never do is buy up here if they want to go higher. They like to take price lower, right, so that they can get in at a more optimal price level. Clearly here they just kind of came around to the price open of the day, which is this kind of dotted line you see here on my indicator. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Obviously the target that we expected was hit. London not awake, obviously. This, like, if you're gonna trade London, you could have gotten in here off the high of Asia, basically the break and retest. That's not the most ideal trade, but you know, with the highest, you know, time for, or not the highest time frame, but with the overall picture in mind, we know we've taken significant liquidity down. The only option is to go up, right? So this easily could have been a trade right here to go up here to the daily high, right? So that's a 1 to 5. Very easy, very simple to take. Let me see if there was some, yeah. So another thing, this is just a way I get into trades on continuation, is you can see here the divergence within the RSI and the price. This is indicative of price continuing up. That's just a way I use to, so that's a good confirmation to enter off this zone. So quite honestly, what time did this happen? Yeah, so this was just before New York, actually. So if you wake up early and you're a New York trader, you could probably take this. And if you're a London trader, you definitely should be taking this. Before continuing, I just wanted to take this time to say this. If you've stayed and you've watched the video this far, it means you have an elite level of focus and attention span. And I honestly think you have the potential to be a brilliant forex trader. So, if you're who I think you are, disciplined, determined, hardworking, and focused, then I think you'd be a great member of my Discord community of other disciplined forex traders earning their way to financial freedom. In the Discord, I provide regular, totally free weekly calls with all my members, guiding them step by step to the mastery of forex. Now, let's get back into the video. I wouldn't really say there was any opportunity during New York. Possibly if you want to, what I see for the New York trade is definitely the short after we've taken, Wednesday's high, right? So the only trade I would have seen would be just a slight, This right here is hands down trade of the day. For sure. Easy off the break, take the extreme. You have the RSI divergence as a confirmation. That's a 1 to 5.83. Let's say you factor in spread. Okay, 1 to 5, right? Easy trade. Nothing to it. We have the intentions in mind. The only other trade I would see would be right here. After we get this break, we've taken liquidity up, right? So you can't just take it straight away. You have to wait for price to realign. So we've taken the daily high right here. Price breaks below. So the bearish structure comes into play. Here is kind of the zone you would aim. I mean, depends how you want to play your risk. Typically, you could take, this. But if you want to be safe, this. That's quite a big stop loss. And I guess the zone you would take that to is maybe just a little pullback zone in here, right? And of course, you can see markets just chopping end of day. Quite honestly, this is not really this is not a trade that you should take. You're only getting 1 to 1.3. You need at least 1 to 2, in my opinion. So this is not a trade that I would take. If you want to take the pullback, that is a way to make, if let's say you enter here, you can get 17, it's not worth it. 17 pips, 20 pips is really not worth it. This right here, hands down trade of the day. Like I said, just to recap everything, we know we have intentions, right? Weekly low. We know where the next zone of stop losses lies, right? We already talked about that right here. So we know that this could have been a zone to retest, which they did. Everything here has been mitigated, right? So the only zone would have been this extreme right in here to take it up. And obviously, there's no point of, you could hold this saying, oh, it's going to continue going up. But why not just, take your profits here? If we come down here, get some sort of, false break. Let's say they break this to bring in more sellers, right? That's because this would be the most people's push, I guess you could say. A lot of people trade with the push that made the high or whatever, right? That's where they would start to look for sells in this area up here, right? So once this breaks and price realigns bullish, that's when you could look to get in and continue to take out these sellers that would be enticed by the break of this move. So that could be a potential move for tomorrow, for Friday, that we can look for. Pretty simple trade. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode and got some value from this, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's recap when Friday's trading day is over. If you go ahead and implement what I said in this video, sticking to 1 to 2s at minimum, finding liquidity, and just being disciplined with your targets, and you sit down and you just sit yourself down and fucking learn how to recognize these patterns through repetition, I promise you will be the fastest learning forex trader. So, I've delivered on my promise. Now, one last time, the top link in the description is the free link to my Discord server where I teach motivated and disciplined young men like you and help you achieve financial freedom and the life you've always dreamed of through forex. Now, stay focused, brother, and keep coming back to watch the content on this channel, and I promise you, you will go a long way.